Well, good morning, St. Philip's family, and a blessed Tuesday in the 6th week of Easter to you. Today in our reflections on the Psalter, I want to continue our theme from last week of cultivating a heart of worship. And if you'll recall, we said that the way to cultivate a heart of worship is by knowing something about the object of worship, knowing something about God. Because when the believer feeds the mind with accurate knowledge about God, it draws out the affections of the heart to delight in Him, to worship Him. And fortunately for us, the Psalms, probably more than any other book in the Bible, provide us with just that. They provide us with knowledge about God. Last week we talked about God's attribute or God's perfection of beauty. But today I'd like to briefly turn to another one that we find revealed to us in the Psalter, and that is God's infinitude. If you've ever read St. Augustine's Confessions, you may recall that his opening line in the book is this: "Great is our Lord, and great is His power. Indeed, His wisdom is infinite." Well, can you guess where that comes from? It's not original to St. Augustine. No, he's actually quoting Psalm 147, verse 5. And in that verse, we're told that another one of God's attributes, His wisdom, is somehow linked to His infinitude. Indeed, it says, His wisdom is infinite. You see, the infinity of God is sort of like a meta attribute or a meta perfection because it qualifies all of His other attributes, all of His other perfections. His infinitude means that there's no limit to any of God's perfections. So whatever God is, He is infinitely so. For instance, God's beauty is infinite. God's goodness is infinite. His grace, His love, His patience, His kindness, even His justice, His wrath is infinite. Anything that is God is infinite, or anything that God is infinite. The problem is we, along with the rest of creation, including the greatest of the angels, we're finite creatures. So He is infinitely more than our finite minds can conceive of. There's an old legend that was circulating in the Middle Ages. I don't know if it's true or not, but it said that St. Augustine was walking the shores of the Mediterranean one day, contemplating the being of the triune God, when he came across a little boy. And he noticed that the little boy kept running back and forth from the water to the shore with a seashell full of water, pouring it into a little puddle he had dug on the shore. And when Augustine finally reached the boy, he asked him what he was doing, of course. And the boy said, "I'm trying to put that big ocean into my puddle." And Augustine said, "My dear boy, don't you see, it is impossible for you to fit that entire ocean into your little puddle." And suddenly Augustine realized that is exactly what he was trying to do by comprehending the infinitude of God's being. And it is the same for any of us. And none of us can fit the entire ocean of the infinite God into our little puddle of a mind here. Whatever conception comes into our mind when we think about God, we still have to say this is not God. Because God is infinitely more than this that I have imagined Him to be. The finite cannot comprehend the infinite. And yet, our salvation rests on the fact that the infinite one became finite, that the infinite God became a man in the person of the Son. And in doing that, He has revealed more about the heart and the mind of the infinite God than was ever known in heaven or on earth before. God's love, God's wisdom, justice, mercy, grace, kindness are all revealed to us in the person and the work of the Lord Jesus Christ. In fact, it is in that moment when the Son of God is raised up on that gruesome and shameful Roman cross, when he's displayed for all of creation to behold, not just men and women, but angels and powers and principalities. It's then and there on that cross that all of God's infinite attributes harmonize within space and time and history for all of creation to behold. Peter tells us that even angels long to look into this great revelation of the infinite God who, rather than coming to reveal himself and in authorial power and subduing those who were in rebellion to his rule, he chose instead to become one of them, to serve them, and ultimately to shed his blood and die in their place, to satisfy justice on their behalf, so that there's nothing left for them to pay. You know, it would have been mercy if he would have just made us his slaves. Instead, he chose to make us friends and even sons and daughters. Infinite mercy we're talking about. And what infinite wonder that now it is possible to say with complete accuracy that if you want to know what the infinite God is like, you only have to look to Jesus. His heart for you is God's heart for you, because he is the image of the invisible, infinite, awesome, and glorious God. Well, God bless you today, and I hope that as you ponder this infinite God made known in the person and the work of Jesus today, that your heart will be moved and cultivated to deeper and deeper worship.